The music pulsed through the crowded room, glasses clinking and laughter echoing like waves hitting the shore. I stood on the edge of it all, trying to seem present, though my mind was miles away. Claire, my wife, was radiant as always, floating from one group to another. Her laughter a little too bright, her touches too familiar. I told myself I was imagining it, but the unease in my chest had been building all night. When she finally returned to my side, her cheeks flushed with champagne and praise, she leaned close. The perfume I once loved now felt like a cage around me. She tilted her face up for a kiss, but for the first time since we married, I turned away. "Not tonight," I said, my tone calm, but cold enough to stop her mid-smile. The shock on her face was almost dramatic. Claire wasn't used to rejection. Not from anyone, least of all me. Her eyes darted across my face as though she didn't recognize the man standing before her. Then she laughed it off too loudly, pretending nothing had happened. But I hadn't been joking. For so long I'd been fading into the background. Every party, every dinner, every moment, among others, it turned into a stage for her to shine while I clapped from the sidelines. It wasn't her charm that hurt. It was the indifference she carried home. Behind closed doors, the warmth was gone. Our talks became brief exchanges, and affection felt rehearsed. I kept hoping things would change, that the distance was just temporary. But over time, I started seeing the pattern. The late-night messages she hid, the extra laughter shared with colleagues, the way she treated me like a prop when we were in public. That night, something inside me shifted. Not with anger, but with understanding. Turning away from her wasn't revenge. It was the first act of reclaiming myself. She tried to drag me into another conversation, desperate to smooth over the crack, but I barely listened. Her touch no longer anchored me. When we got home, the silence was deafening. Claire tossed her purse onto the counter, her voice sharp. "What was that back there?" she demanded. "You tell me," I said. For once, she seemed unsure. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't accuse. I just waited. And in that stillness, the truth revealed itself in her hesitation. She crossed her arms, bracing herself. "You embarrassed me tonight?" I almost laughed. That was what she took from it. Not the months of distance, not the rejection, not the emptiness between us, but the fact that someone might have noticed. "Embarrassment isn't the problem, Claire," I said quietly. "It's everything else," she scoffed. "You're overreacting. You've just been stressed." The same dismissal, the same evasion. But I wasn't falling for it anymore. "Do you even see me anymore?" I asked. "Outside of parties? Outside of the pictures? When it's just us? Do you see me at all?" Her silence was louder than any denial. For years, I'd been the one holding on, making excuses, shrinking to fit what she needed. That night, I realized I was done. She sighed. Finally, the mask slipping. "What do you want me to say, Michael, that things have changed?" "Fine, they have. But couples go through rough patches." It doesn't mean anything. A rough patch. That's what she called it. But I remembered every unanswered text, every indifferent glance. Every night I sat at the table while she scrolled through her phone like I wasn't there. "It does mean something," I said. "It means I've been waiting for you to choose me, and you haven't." Guilt flashed across her face, then vanished. "You're imagining things," she muttered, but her voice trembled. "No," I said softly. "I'm finally seeing things as they are." The silence stretched until it felt suffocating. I thought she might confess, admit there was someone else, that my suspicions weren't misplaced. Instead, she turned away, pretending to tidy the kitchen. That was my answer. I didn't sleep beside her that night. I lay in the guest room, staring at the ceiling, feeling strangely calm. The betrayal wasn't one grand lie or a secret affair. It was the slow decay of love, the years of being unseen. By morning, my decision was clear. When she came downstairs, her hair tied back, phone already in hand. I didn't try to make small talk. "Claire," I said quietly, "this isn't working anymore." She froze. "You can't be serious." "I've never been more serious," I replied. "Last night wasn't about punishment. It was about truth." She opened her mouth, but nothing came out. Maybe she finally understood. Or maybe she didn't care enough to fight. And in that silence, I realized the betrayal hadn't been hers alone. I'd betrayed myself by staying silent, by pretending it was fine. When I walked out the door that day, I didn't feel anger. I felt clarity. Because sometimes betrayal isn't loud or scandalous, it's quiet. It's the slow fading of love until one night, under bright lights and loud music, you finally find the strength to turn away and whisper,